Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy.
Teams. You only heard the finalists. I heard 13 teams was interested in Deshaun Watson. So if 13 teams are interested in him, nobody called the league office and said, hey, what kind of punishment is coming down the pipe for this brother? They took Ben Roethlisberger into consideration. Just an allegation. He got 6 games and was ultimately reduced to 4. Michael Vick, he was incarcerated, so the legal system took care of him. And then you got other situations where people have been accused, but cases have been settled. As a result, they come back, they get a few games, but ultimately, that's what it's going to come down to. So now you get to the National Football League office, and you say, what standard should they have? Especially when somebody like Calvin Ridley has been suspended for the entire year for just betting $1,500. Well, the NFL's response is, from what I've been told, in terms of their thinking, well, there's proof there that guy was guilty of compromising the integrity of the game because you bet on the game, whether directly or indirectly. Whereas in these cases, well, it's he says one thing, they said another. The legal system isn't throwing him in jail, and as a result, he's available for his services. This is the stance that they take. So again, it looks bad. There is no question about that. But before we look at the Cleveland Browns, you gotta blame you have to blame 12 of the teams, and you're gonna have to blame the league. And it comes down to, what do we think is should be a definitive punishment for this situation? Because a lot of times people look at the NFL and say, Molly, I'm coming to you. Yeah. They're gonna say, they'll look at the league and they'll say, make a decision. What should happen? And what I want to know is, from the Mollies of the world, from the Kimberlys of the world, Mary Kay Cabot, Cleveland Plain Dealer, she's coming on the show, from Nancy Amore in the USA Today. What I want to know is, based on this situation right here, it's no longer a criminal case, it's a civil case.
Fair use act. Fair use act.
Should happen to Deshaun Watson?
Well, there's a lot of things I want to get into.
Sure.
So as far as the civil aspect, right? So we don't know whether he's won or lost any of those cases. So there's still a lot of information that we don't have. But when you talk about the rule, like Calvin Ridley with the betting on games, that was a full season. And then when we're talking about, I have an issue with the rule to begin with, because domestic abuse, child abuse, sexual assault, it's 6 games. Tom Brady got 4 games for deflated footballs.
Yes.
So you can abuse a child, you can abuse a woman, and you get 2 more games. So that's a problem in itself that the NFL needs to address. Then we're talking about this particular situation. I want to go back to the Browns organization, okay? So let's deem Deshaun Watson, is innocent. They don't know this yet. So they said that they did their due diligence in terms of an investigation. Well, you didn't speak to the lawyer and you didn't speak to any of the women. So could we have some transparency on how you got here? How did you vet this situation? How about you share that with the public? Because based on their independent investigation, how do we know there wasn't just a confirmation bias to make it work so they could get Deshaun Watson?
My challenge to that last assertion you just made is that anytime there's a legal matter that comes up, every client is advised to shut the hell up. It don't matter what it is. I don't know. Listen, I've had issues, and I ain't never been in trouble with the law. No. What I'm saying is when you say, in other words, when you say they didn't talk with the lawyer, they investigated. Here's what they investigated: is he gonna play?
Right.
Is he gonna be allowed?
Yeah, they didn't talk to the women. There's 22 women.
I understand that. No, we know that.
Yeah.
Why you need to come to the women?
The NFL. Let's call it what it is. Those individual teams don't care. What they care about is, can he play?
Well, when are they going to start caring about women? Because
I
42% of the fan base is female.
Well, listen, nearly every ad that you see during a game, is promoting, the football is family. You talk about advancements of women in coaching, women in the front office. That's speaking with a forked tongue. There's no doubt about it. The thing I would say, and I think this is your point, Stephen, the teams, because of what you said about the history of the organization and trying to win, they're going to look around at the other 32 teams that are trying to do the same thing. The group that needs to be above that is the league office.
Right.
Because the teams are always going to have that temptation to, all right, let's not worry about this guy's off the field situation. because he's a great player. He's going to help us win. But the league office, I don't know why it's taken so long for them. Because I think teams in some way, the teams themselves have a different goal than the league office. Listen, the league can do with it. You can move a player out of the league and survive. You're fine.
Yeah.
An individual player means a lot more to a specific team. So the league office, think about how long this has been.
Right. But let me say this before Kimberly chimes back in. To answer your question, Molly, when the bottom line is affected, the fact of the matter is we just finished watching the NFL brag about record ratings. We see everybody clamoring for their product. When Colin Kaepernick put himself in a position that he was in, why did the league come across as remotely capitulating? Because we found out their bottom line was affected. We found out that the owners believed and they had deduced that the Colin Kaepernick situation cost them 15 to 20% of their money.
But do you think that Deshaun Watson affects their bottom line if they punish him?
Do I think? No. I was talking about her question in terms of she was asking, why doesn't the league? I want you ask the question directly.
I asked a bunch of questions.
Exactly.
There's a lot
I'm
on
just
my
talking
mind.
about in terms of what the league's position may be or whatever. I'm saying when you want real change to take place, you gotta affect their bottom line. Whatever way because they have shown you if their bottom line doesn't get affected, neither does change. They've shown you that.
But what I'm saying about that is, you can argue that Deshaun Watson helps the bottom line for Cleveland. They win more games.
For Cleveland.
It's an improvement for them. From a league's perspective, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
That is why there's confusion over
It's a terrible
what is
look.
taking you so long.
Yeah.
Why haven't you, why haven't you handed down a punishment? Why have you been silent? Why haven't you talked about, the investigation that you have done?
Exactly.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube for live streaming sports and premium content.
So basically, Felton Moore was telling me about this on First Take earlier. I'm gonna let you guys hear the ridiculous claims. Why does the Browns need to talk to Busby and all? The Browns knew this was a shit storm from the beginning. They knew this was BS, so they moved on from it. They don't care about the lies, the Texans, all this allegedly I'm saying, and then that's Fair Use Act. They're messing with my videos now because I'm basically telling the truth about the case and exposing them, but they want to basically add suitability my shit because it's not going along. So now it's like, whatever. Now you messing with my money, who cares? Now, this is the thing. This is the problem that I have with all of this BS that's going on. You're crucifying a man who has not been found guilty. And people are like, well, didn't you make a video early on this? I'm going to keep making videos about this because I'm trying to make the public, which are the pink folk, open their goddamn eyes and see that we have a racial problem. That the media is made to destroy black men or any man from another minority group. That's their job. That's what they wake up to do. So we have to start waking up and start understanding what's going on. Deshaun Watson was put under a scope. They basically looked through the scope and said, oh, well, this guy here, because he's wanting to ask for a trade, he got to have all these civil suits come out of nowhere, which was bullshit. The Texans knew about his transgressions with women. They knew he was out doing his thing. They went to Busby. Busby gathered up all these massage people and say, look, we'll pay you some money. We'll get some money out of them. I need you to do this and do that. All this is allegedly, by the way. So when they did that crap, that basically put it in motion to say, okay, now we're finna prosecute this guy. We finna drag this guy. Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns, Molly, or I like to call Airhead Molly. That's her new name, Airhead Molly. And then you got Stephen Coon Smith and then you got a quarterback in Hasselbeck who was trash. He wasn't even the good Hasselbeck. If that's Matt Hasselbeck, it's like, well, I don't even think that's Matt. I think that's his brother Tim or something. One of those damn Hasselbacks. But anyway, they don't have to talk to those ladies. Once you're not being criminally convicted or being prosecuted criminally, they don't give a fuck no more, because he doesn't have to do time in jail. All he has to do now is pay a fine, which doesn't prove that he did it. If he pays the fine, he shouldn't have to pay nothing. The NFL, when they interviewed these women, Busby got mad and was talking about they were interviewing my women wrong. No, they weren't. They found out, just like the woman who tried to accuse Zeke, that they full of shit. These women are full of shit, and they need to be prosecuted for falsely trying to incriminate Deshaun Watson. I don't have no sympathy for these bitches at all. And if you got a problem, if you're a female subscriber, I apologize to you, but this is how I feel. I don't care about these bitches because they are lying on a black man who has a history of no discrepancies. But we like to wipe Baker Mayfield clean. Like, Baker Mayfield was wasn't he in a high-speed chase or something? Wasn't he pulled over by the cops for being intoxicated? But we're not going to bring that up. We got to paint Baker Mayfield as the victim when he's the reason that Odell Beckham's career was about to be in the toilet until he reinvigorated it in L.A. Jarvis Landry died for the cause, would do anything for this guy, and he couldn't even come out and speak out for Jarvis to get his contract. But this is the guys the media want to praise. You see that? The thing is, they don't have to talk to anybody from Busby Camp, because you know why? They don't have to. They're good. So the NFL probably is going to suspend them 6 to 8 games. They're talking about 4 to 6. Probably going to be 6, probably 8 games. So they could basically try to coerce dumb Me Too women, which is funny to me how the Me Too women come out against athletes, but there's women around the corner, you know, in different parts of the world or parts of the U.S. that have been sexually assaulted for real, not no made up shit, but they're not doing anything about that, right? Right? But they care so much about women's safety. Bullshit. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys love or enjoy the video and everything, you guys go to the description box, hit my link up, and that'll take you to my Cash App. And you guys can donate whatever you're willing to give. And when we have a premiere or live video, you guys can super chat. So thank you guys for listening, man. We out. Deezy.